Hello everyone, I'm going to do a quick tutorial on the grading utility, which allows you to give a student their final semester grade. This utility is found in Apps, Gradebook, Current, and I'll be go ahead and using the H American Literature class here. And I'm going to go over three scenarios with you. The first one is going to be the most common. So this first scenario, basically what you do is you click on the little graduation cap, and that will take you into the grading interface. Now, here it shows at the top the body of summatives that the student has completed. In this case, I know that I've assigned 2 summatives for the semester. The student has obviously done all of them, and the system generated grade is proficient. So every system generated grade actually correlates to a floating point decimal number. And within that specific range, that will dictate like what the proficiency grade is for the student. And I always show what that number is, and I also show how far away that student is from the next highest grade. So in this case, Melissa is 0.25 away from advanced, so she's reasonably close. So if there's a case where perhaps for the developing meaning, maybe you go back to her and have her redo that, or talk to her, and she just demonstrates a level of proficiency that's higher than proficient, then you could give theoretically the advanced grade. And let's say that that was the scenario and that I did that, and so I'll just go ahead and submit that. And then what that does is that locks the grade to the advanced, and the status is completed. Now, for the vast majority of your kids, the system generated grade is probably going to be the grade that you're going to give them. So it doesn't matter a whole lot if you don't issue the final grade within this interface, because the grade will always be calculated in real time on the student's interface. It's only in the situation that you would be giving the student a higher grade based on a demonstrated level of proficiency, or for the next 2 scenarios that I'm going to go over. So the next scenario is Samantha's issue. And so we see that the recommended grade is no evidence, and that is because we know that there's 2 summatives that were assigned for the student within the semester. Now we see here that one of the summatives is not assessed. And then obviously the second summative is missing. So let's deal with the first case of the summative not being assessed. So I'm going to want to go ahead and do that. So this is the self-directed videos for tutoring week for Samantha Roman. Let's go into, and I will just look for Samantha, and let's just go ahead and assess this at a bridging. We'll just say that it's bridging. I go ahead and accept it for purposes of this. And so that should have changed her grade to a bridging. And we'll go back into H American Literature and go into the cap. So we can see now that the grade is bridging, and it has all the information recommending that you issue her a bridging, but we know that there's a second summative that she didn't do. And the way that you can issue a grade, so basically it's an incomplete grade for the student, is going back and seeing what that summative was. So we know that it's the developing meaning for Samantha Roman. So what you can do is go into summative administration, view the missing summatives. We're looking for H American Literature, and we're looking for the non-submissions for Samantha. And here it is. So there's a bunch of other kids in here. Don't worry about that because I haven't assigned those to any period, so they're not going to appear within the interface. And obviously all of your students should be assigned to one period or another. So this won't affect you. This is only the testing platform. So let me go into Samantha, and we will just issue the no evidence. And it auto checks all of the competencies and standards for no evidence, and it gives her the option to resubmit that. So let's go ahead. We'll submit that. And now we can go back into the gradebook and see how that affects her grade. So we can see that that no evidence is obviously affecting the student's grade, and the way, and so it tells you how far the student is away, and I've already went through that.